Ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we're into our first match of the finals.
We got picks and bans. The dream is real. We got picks and bans, guys.
The Late Bloomers versus Torch Gaming.
No. Fat Chunks Assemble versus Late Bloomers.
The Late Bloomers versus Fat Chunks Assemble. There's been so many upsets that my brain is just frazzled. I don't know who's who or what's what.
Who's who and what's what indeed, but right now I know who's not being played, and that's going to be Loki and Aphrodite, the first band through from these two teams. We're also going to see Ram taken away by Fat Chunks. Don't want to give that one over to Bloom or look for the first pick consideration, so I guess Fat Chunks have something else that they want this time.
Aurora goes ahead, gets that first pick, Athena. That's so powerful. Athena with the global ultimate is able to rotate everywhere and anywhere. Going to be a good pickup for Fat Chunks.
Now it's over to Bloom and what they're going to decide. I mean, Fat Chunks, clearly they want Athena consistently. Athena seems to be top pick, top ban right now in terms of when she's getting through. I think she's ban worthy, honestly, F-Dot. We've just not seen her as much. And the one thing I want to know is Kumba Khan is completely sort of disappearing, so to speak, out of these metas at the moment. Less and less picked up. You're seeing the Gebs picked up more and more, and less of Kumba.
Yeah, very true. You know, it's just a global ability for that ultimate, as you said. But Kumba provides a lot more in the local area, and Athena is more long distance, if you want to put it that way. Agni might be picked up over here. The Swagni skin just got dropped. It's a fantastic skin. Comes with a new voice pack. It's definitely one of the premium skins out there.
Are you on commission?
Just putting it out there.
Your promotions today have been fantastic. Are you on commission or something? Because
when Agni drops the bomb, he says, "Make it rain."
Yo, okay.
I'm just saying.
Make it rain.
It's my namesake, F.Swagni.
F.Swagni, that's what it was all designed for, that got to be released. So we're going to see it in this game for Team
Freya.
Late Bloomers. But meanwhile, Fat Chunk's going to be locking in Freya once again for more than likely the jungle role. And Chalk is being hovered over by Cyclone Spin here for them, more than likely the solo laner.
Is going to be Freya and Chalk, two powerful picks. And Fat Chunks already has what's looking to be a fantastic team at the moment. Athena, Freya, and Chalk round out to be very powerful. You got two frontliners. Freya can really blow people up once she gets online. I like these picks coming out from Fat Chunks. Bloom, looking at Officer John Kui.
Officer Jean Kui, the skin that you want making, just to make sure you feel at home. And it's going to be Jean Kui locked in, and now we're into the counterband phase once again. Well, what are we going to see coming out of Bloom? Because Bloom and now are the ones with the option to ban, and it's going to be a Yanu span, and I like this consideration ban that they've done here. They realise there's no mage on the table for the mid lane yet from Fat Chunk, and taking away someone with that high mobility when they've already got an Athena is a really good call.
Very true, Hindu Man. We're going to take a look at who's up next. I'm very curious to see how this next pick goes. We're going to, as you said, Giannis is banned out. Geb has been banned out from Fat Chunks. And very interested to see who Bloom picks. You know, so they have Zhang, and they have Agni. So you assume that mid and solo are taken. Artemis is obviously their hunter. They look for a jungle, but Freya's been taken, or they look for a support. Either way, none of their picks are being influenced by Fat Chunks, so they can take whatever they want.
Mercury being hovered over here and locked in for the Late Bloomers, and after a lot of damage on their team. But I just worry right now with that team composition, they need a front line. Like, they can't just have Jean-Qui go in there alone, because he will get bursted down, because that'll be a big focus for them to take him out before those ghosts can start wrecking havoc. That recall demon. So I wonder what their last pick's going to be, especially with Geb taken out. Who are they going to pick there? But for now, we're going to look over at Fat Chunks, and now they've got the double pick available to them. Needing the hunter, maybe they could put Freya there. We'll see. But Ao Kwang being hovered over right now for the middle lane, and then it's probably a hunter or a jungler that we'll see coming out of Samshu here.
With this Ao Kwang hover, we might see a Freya. Nah, there it is. We're going to see a Cupid locked in for Fat Chunks. We're going to see a Cupid locked in for Fat Chunks. This is the god that we see sometimes played by Zapman and only Zapman, because Cupid just really isn't that powerful. Very interesting All right, we'll cut it. Cupid's bad. And I'm very curious to see how Fat Chunks is going to work this out. A-Roar is really king of making weird stuff into a game, so I will just see, folks. Fat Chunks
This is a
played really
final.
well. They played
It's a
really well,
final.
and maybe they could deal with it. It is a final. It's a best of 3, so if they lose this game, they do have 2 more to go on. But I have seen Cupid work once.
Once. Will it be twice? We'll find out, guys, as Fat Chunks Assemble take on the Late Bloomers in this one. Let's hope Fat Chunks Assemble don't bite off more than they can chew picking that. Good. We'll be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live with our first matchup of the finals. It's going to be Fat Chunks Assemble versus the Late Bloomers here.
Who?
Game 1.
Versus who?
Exactly. Late Bloomers have come out from underneath a rock. Very well played and spoken for players coming out and really proving that you don't have to be a big name to really play like a big name in Foxen right now. Although we just praised them.
Well,
that's a dead Artemis at the 42nd mark.
Oh, Fozzin. Fozzin, we were trying to give you praise then. They remind me of Cool Runnings, the film by Disney. Do you remember that film? They're the Jamaican bobsleigh team.
Yes.
Who are these guys?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the Bloomers are to me anyway. They are the Cool Runnings of Smite right now. They've made their way to the final F-Dot. They gave up First Blood already, but I still have hope. I have hope that these young Late Bloomers can bloom once more and flower into beautiful... I was going to say butterflies, but that doesn't work. Flowers? Flowers.
Yeah, so the Late Bloomers have come up on a very tough bracket for them. They beat out Torch, they beat out non-pockety OP, previously known as Critosaurus. They beat a lot of people that, frankly, nobody expected them to beat. Right now, Chunks, Samshrew, and A-Roar are right here trying to contest these mid-camps on the left-hand side. We should see some damage. Good poke from Artemis. That camp went to Fat Chunks. And Late Bloomers are going to start off at a deficit.
Yeah, deficit is still chasing in. You can see Fabi rotating all the way round here from the Late Bloomers, trying to put pressure on this blue buff and steal it away. But Samshrew poking him back, saying, no, not this time round. Both teams going to go to lane. An experienced lead in that duo lane going to go over to Fat Chunks right now, with both blue buffs still on the map, and that mid camp going in favor of Fat Chunks.
Over there in the middle lane, we're seeing ASAP squared pushed up on the tower by hi-rez. More damage coming out in the left-hand duo lane. A good taunt coming out. Heart Bomb's going to explode. Thawzin looking for his second death. A-Roar with credit on that one. Fabi forced to retreat behind his minions.
Don't think A-Roar really wanted to take that kill away from Samshrew, but for the most part, he will accelerate his build, allow him to get his Midas boots a little bit earlier so he can start generating more gold for himself.
They're not done.
They're still going, but Groggy Strike comes out from Fabi, and there's a Heart Bomb. It's going to blow, and there she blows as the whale that is Kumbhakana falls to the ground and gets killed during his passive by Samshrew. 3-0. Fat Chunks looking good.
Late Bloomers did a great job climbing the tournament and really getting through the brackets. Right now, Fat Chunks providing a lot of resistance, so to speak. We should mention Fat Chunks does have players that are used to very competitive surroundings. Samshrew, Soulshiner, and Cyclone Spin have all really played competitively in our Smite community at some point during their careers. A-Roar, a very high-ranked player, used to playing with people alongside and against people like Zapman, etc. And Hurrywind, probably the most unknown player on the team. No slouch either, currently leading in farm, although part of that is due to the fact that he is in middle lane. But fantastic players coming out right here on Fat Chunks. So Late Bloomers might be the no-names that are doing very well, but they have a fierce opponent in Fat Chunks Assemble.
Well, on the right-hand side, we're going to see a kill for Late Bloomers that came out of nowhere. It's a Cyclone Spin. But a pause comes out from Superior to you on that Jean Quay, and I'm guessing it was a DC actually from Fabi, so we're just going to wait a moment for Fabi to get himself back online. But a little bit of hope for the Bloomers here, getting a kill onto Mercury in the jungle, which should be able to help out the other lanes after. But on top of that, you know, Jean Quay getting an assist there, so if he can start to dominate his lane, there's still hope for the Bloomers. It's still early days, only 2 minutes in, and hopefully Late Bloomers are their namesake and, you know, bloom late.
Very true. Late Bloomers have been, we've seen them really make mistakes throughout games and then come back. And in the 5 Angry Men matchup against Late Bloomers, we saw them do pretty well. That was Fat Chunks Assemble, but we saw Fat Chunks do pretty well and sort of subscribe to the same mindset of Late Bloomers, where even if you get something, we'll find something after the fact. Late Bloomers played against Torch, and we're always looking for the stuff after the stuff. Playing like a veteran team, looking for the objectives, Hindu Man, rather than just getting kills and celebrating and resting on their laurels.
Yep.
And that's really the mark of a good team, and how you make kills worth much more than the initial gold that you get for killing your opponent.
The Fabi back online again, so we're back into the game. Still 3-1 to the Fat Chunks. Nice kill, though, for the Bloomers on Venaroon in the jungle on that Mercury, picking that one up for himself. As we can see that the duo lane is very far behind right now. Level 5 on Samshrew. He's going to use the ultimate, looking to pull him back into it with the taunt. Not going to connect, though, but the damage is good, and the heart bomb on a level 2. Kumba Khan is going to wreak havoc, but he's still not giving up. Fabi's going back in here. There's a big rotation from the Bloomers.
Here comes 4 members of Late Bloomers. They're shying away from this lane. It looks like they wanted to make something happen, but once Fat Chunks retreated past the 50 mark, the 50% line, so to speak, of this lane, they really retreated and deterred Late Bloomers from aggressing. Good taunt coming out. That's double taunt. That's going to be a heart bomb on a Foxen. Couple of hits of poke. Foxen's not quite down, but he is low. And Fat Chunks are winning this lane in spades.
Big camp spawning. Fat Chunks taking left-hand side. Bloomers on the right side. Going to take those ones down. Have a little look at the solo lane. Both level 6 here. Obviously, Jean-Quy does have a little bit of a gold lead, I expect, because of that assist. He's got Sat on 2.8k. Chalk on 2.7. So very, very minimalistic in that lane. But left-hand side, fight again as Fabi could get caught out here once more. He's only level 3 here, F-Dot. Everybody on Fat Chunks level 6 and 5, respectively.
Got to be very careful right here. Fat Chunks getting aggressive onto the enemy. Blue buff, they did secure it despite a good rotation coming out from Late Bloomers. Again, they understand what they have to do, but due to the fact that they lost a good fight early, and that's going to be a great ultimate hit.
Wow.
Hurrywin goes ahead and secures it with a squall. Fabi going to get stunned out in the Cupid ult. That is a dead tank. 4 minutes into this game, folks. Fat Chunks Assemble are leading by 1,700 gold and 3,000 experience. Fat Chunks are putting Late Bloomer's name on the line.
Fat Chunks are just trying to put this to bed as quickly as possible, F-Dot. They're like, okay, these are no names, yeah? They're not giving them the respect right now. And to be fair, Fat Chunks are doing a great job of putting the pressure to them. And Late Bloomers really need to get themselves back in it. They showed signs of hope with that kill in the solo lane, but they have to keep mounting an offense, because if they don't, Fat Chunks will run away with this one quickly.
You know, I'm actually gonna go against what you just said there. I think that they are respecting Late Bloomers in this matchup. I think that they came into this game saying that they're nobodies, seeing the fact that they climbed through the tournament and catching some of our previous broadcasts. They see that these guys play well, but what they can't do is they can't predict, because they don't know what these guys do in their wheelhouse. They don't know their tendencies. So Fat Chunks grouped up, got the kill in the beginning. They're getting the kills as soon as they can and where they can. They're forcing things, because should this game go late, they don't know how Late Bloom. They don't know what to expect, Hindu. So they got to be careful and put these guys to bed very quickly.
Well, 5 minutes in, and you can see there's been 6 kills already in this game. So it's a very aggressive game already in this one. Ward coverage pretty good for Fat Chunks on the left-hand side. Same, it can be said actually, for Late Bloomers, have similar wards. Got one at the goal for you right now. Mercury rotating left-hand side here, looking to try and help out his duo lane that's been struggling the most in this game at the start.
Curious in this right-hand lane in the soul lane. Shock getting aggressed on by Superior to You, really doing what he did the last time around. We looked in and saw him play outstanding on the Loki. This time around, Superior to You is on that Jean-Quy, leading his team in farm. Doing
Right-hand
very well.
side. Oh, I thought there's going to be a big gank coming off there, but they're going to get spotted out by the rotation of Mercury, just letting his teammate know. That's a good thing that we can see from Late Bloomer straight away. After we saw in the earlier rounds that they had great communication skills, and it's showing here again, because that Jean-Quy was very overextended but got caught immediately. However, it's now their turn to get caught once more as the aggression comes out.
Good ultimate coming out from the dragon. A Sep squared, a Sep to the power of 0. Fabi being chased out as well. Good Freya ult might kill him. Gonna go put into his passive, and Samshu's here to clean up. Soulshine gets the kill.
2 dead already for Late Bloomers, and now you can see Fat Chunks wanting to contest his Gold Fury, I feel. But with the likes of Jean-Quy around, I guess they want to pick him first, and that's what they're trying to do. Cyclone going aggressive, going to dunk down with the silence, but the exorcism already popped on the backside. Sonic Boom connects onto Aura, but Aura's still surviving. Mercury's trying to pick it up, going to find the special delivery onto Cupid of all people as the ball comes out, and the whoop connects as well, but the Tornado and Cyclone Spin going to be enough to pick that one up. That could be a Gold Fury, but Kumba Corner and Swagony back online once more because the respawns are so quick in these early stages.
This is undoubtedly a Gold Fury going the way of Fat Chunks. Here comes Late Bloomers to try and make something happen. Zoned out by the tornado coming out is going to be sending Late Bloomers back into their respective lanes. Late Bloomers just aren't putting on the show that they put on for us earlier in the tournament. Fat Chunks, on the other hand, really coming through and letting people know that they've been in the spotlight. They've played in the finals. They've played competitively before, and here they are to put their names back on the map.
Froggy Strike connects on Sam Shrew. They're not going to have any follow-up from it, though. Even with the minions, they're just going to back away for now. And we can look at Sam Shrew right now. He's playing Cupid. And you stated at the start of this broadcast that Cupid's not great. However, right now, he's 2-0-6 in this lane matchup against an Artemis and Kumba.
I maintain that Cupid is not great, but Sam Shrew, on the other hand, is a different story altogether. Sam Shrew has really come through and matured as a player and is playing absolutely lights out. 4th in farm on his team, but his 4,800 gold is more than the entire rest of the team. And in the middle lane, Swaggy just barely gonna survive, getting hit by that Eternal Dragon. The Spirit's Tempest doing a large amount of his life, but able to dash out because he is one of the safest mages.
Now, both these teams are going to enter into the round robin after, and what I'm looking at here now is they're going to feel each other out this week especially. I mean, there is some money on the line, but it's about feeling each other out. And right now, I'm already thinking, what can we do against Hurrywind? Because I feel we need to take away Ao Kwang. If you take away his Ao Kwang, I want to see what the rest of his god pool's like. That's what teams need to start thinking about. Looking at this, a Cyclone Spin finds a kill onto Superior to you with the help of Aurora and Soulshiner as well. That makes it 10-1. But I guess that's what the teams are looking for after right now, is to size each other up, work out where their strengths and weaknesses are.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right on that. Fat Chunks Assemble, we talked about how we know some of these names: Sam Shrew, Cyclone Spin, Aira. Hurrywind is the one player that not a lot of people in the audience at home know or are familiar with, and you're 100% right. People don't know what to expect from him. They don't know what to expect from the entire team of Late Bloomers. So banning out the Ao Kwang would be a poor choice, but now that you've seen what he's done, I don't think he's missed an ultimate yet. Definitely be a good choice. Saved by his team in the middle.
Saved by his team, the Whip going to miss from Soulshiner, but mid camp's online on the left-hand side. Aurora rotated off them immediately when he saw the aggression onto Hurrywind, but going to pick those ones up now, just extend their golden experience a little bit more. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, Cyclone Spin going aggressive on Mercury, trying to steal away the blue buff. Not going to do it, though, for the time being. Still 10-1, 10 minutes in, so a lot of aggression as a taunt lands, and there's a big Spirit Tempest. Not going to connect, though, on the backside as the Make It Rain lands, but it's not going to pick up a kill for now.
Poorly executed by the Late Bloomers. Fabi put him up in ASAP Square, dropped 2 of his meteors into nothingness. As soon as the Freya dropped, there was no damage left for Agni to provide, so she walks away absolutely unscathed. 3 members of Late Bloomers in the middle lane looking for something to happen.
Don Quee's in a lot of trouble here. He's recalled the demons. He's trying to stay alive. He's going to find a kill against Cyclone Spin. 2v1. This hope for the Late Bloomers. The rotation from the rest of them a bit late to try and pick up a roar there. But considering he had the ultimate on him as well after on that tower dive from Athena, that was very well played from the Jean Quee.
Sam Shrew really winning this lane against Fozen. Out comes the boar. This is going to be a good fight. Heart Bomb explodes, brings Fozen very low. Sam Shrew takes a lot of damage from that boar and the subsequent hits from Artemis. It's going to be 12-10 in that lane. About 2.5 levels as Fozen just hit level 10. Sam Shrew's been 12 since we started talking about this left-hand lane. And this matchup right here, the gods might be a lot less important than the players.
I agree. I think that's the biggest issue we're going to see in this game overall, because these players that Fat Chunks Assemble have, they're well known in the community, not because they play a lot, but because they're good players. You know, I mean, Sam Shrew picks up a kill in the left-hand lane once again, going deep onto the Artemis and picking it up once more on that side. So it's 12-2 on the map right now, and you can see Fabi only level 7, Aurora level 10. Such a big disparity between the two supports, and that's going to impact them as this game goes on.
Good ultimate coming out from Hurrywind. ASAP Squared going to go ahead and die again. That's going to be his 2nd death of the match. Fozen, of course, on his 4th death, about to respawn, come back into this lane. Fabi providing the defense for that tower. Hurrywind dropping a tornado on the tower of the Late Bloomers in the middle, trying to make something happen, and Mercury hasn't been able to do much as he's been defending lanes time and time again.
Time and time again, he's not had an opportunity to really gank ever since that solo kill that he picked up with the help of Jean-Qui. However, Gold Fury is due online again soon, so we'll see if Late Bloomers can try and get something out of this, because if they can, they've still got an opportunity. But I feel if they don't, like Fabi's caught out of position, he 1v2'd as a support. Fabi, bit overextended there, son, too aggressive. You're not the frontline tank just yet. You're too far behind for things like that. But that's going to give a Gold Fury over to the Fat Chunks for sure now, with the support going down there, F-Dot.
You're right. It's just a free Gold Fury. The rest of these Late Bloomers are just going to have to provide defense for the tower. Vinaroon coming here, trying to get the Sonic Boom. Thought better of it, but he's still caught out right here. Cyclone Spin going to get stunned out by a great stun coming out from ASAP Squared. Fat Chunk still wants to chase Auror under tower. The rest of the team have left him all by himself. Auror out to dry in the middle. Here they come.
Yeah, they're going to continue to put the aggression on. Meanwhile, Jean-Qui split pushing, make it ring and a land from ASAP, trying to just delay this engage and stop the aggression coming out for now. Defend that tower. They do get one on the right-hand side, but meanwhile, left-hand side, Samshroom trading once again with Foslin, and Foslin's in a world of her. He's going to pop the sprint, and Samshroom's going to look for the kill. Backing away, though, because he knows Cumber's on the reach around from behind, looking for it, and now we're going to see a Raw go in as well as the Yawn comes on.
Here's the taunt, trying to get the max penetration with that build. Fabi hits him up in the air. Cupid comes down, trying to make something happen, but able to escape the reach around from Fabi. Just going to retreat back onto his own tower and give some hearts to Auror.
So we're 13 minutes into this game now, 14-2. Fat Chunk's in a great position, and Horrywin could get caught out as Jean-Qui pops a sprint from behind. Gonna land the card, and the Ghost come out, looking to pick up a quick kill for his team. Here is Late Bloomers, gonna find his Spirit Temper's not gonna connect. And that was a nice, I feel Jean-Qui is like the star player of the Late Bloomers here. Honestly, we saw him on Loki earlier, F-Dot. I think this is the man to watch from the Late Bloomers.
Definitely, Hindu. Superior to You has been fantastic in all the matches that we've gotten to see thus far in our tournament. And right there providing a little bit of kills and support in the middle lane, but loses his tower for it. Level 14 against Cyclone Spins, 15 silenced out by the Shock. Here comes the Whoop Soul Shiner. 1, 2, 3, and he is dead after 3 hits from Pulse with a little support from Shock. Soul Shiner is going to go ahead and pick up his 4th kill of the match. 4 assists for him as well. No deaths.
So we can see, obviously, on the left-hand side, Samshroom did drop down there. The team realizes, Bloomers realized that Cupid was becoming an issue for Artemis to handle, so they rotated over, but it did mean Jean-Qui went down, and that was the big issue for Fat Chunk, because this Jean-Qui could have been the big difference between them winning and losing this, was the Whoop goes off from Frey just to delay him from stopping them from assault. But here comes Fabi, blinks over, yawns, Groggy strike on 2, the Make It Ring connects to the Sky Goal. Soul Shiner trying to trade damage back. ASAP getting very low. There's a good epic uppercut from Fabi, going to try and body block it. ASAP takes out Soul Shiner for a tier 2 tower. Still in favor of Fat Chunks, but a little bit of team communication coming out from Bloomers, showing off why they should deserve to be in the final.
Soul Shiner picking up his first death after that, but Fat Chunks are still in the lead very drastically, folks. 15.5 minutes at the moment, 8,500 gold and 9,200 experience separate the two teams at the moment. 10 more kills than Late Bloomers are the Fat Chunks. It looks like they're about to get their left lane tower as well.
Well, you can see Samshroom trying to rotate and take it, but Artemis and Fabi are here to try and defend this one. Rain of Hour's going to hit. There's the ball, but Athena's coming in as well. Have they got the damage to burst him down? That's the question. Fields of Love, and the Aegis was preemptively used there, and it's going to pop and stun him out. Now they're going to go aggressive. Big taunt onto him as well. Mercury on the backside. Going to try and pick up Samshroom, throw him into the tower range. Samshroom tries to make Foxin die as well, but not going to find it. And now Aurora has to watch himself because he's going to get collapsed on by multiple members. But here comes Hurrywind on the back.
That was really well played by Late Bloomers to make sure Fosen didn't die. Falling out in the back. Fabi's going to go down too. Hurrywind. Here comes ASAP Squared.
And
good ultimate from Hurrywind. Eliminates the Mercury. And he's going to go down. And now Jean-Qui, superior to You, caught out between a rock and a hard place. Soul Shiner gets the kill.
And now we're just going to see ASAP trying to retreat back to his tower. He's surrounded by members of Soul Shiner. Tries to beat him down with that pulse. Good confirm, but the taunt is later. But now it's there, and there's the Valkyrie. Aegis is good from ASAP there. It's going to save his life, and that was really nicely done from Late Bloomers once again.
Fosen taking a lot of poke right here. Dodges 2 pulses from Soul Shiner. Those dodges are going to be the reason he's still alive. He's going to stay right here in just a second. And Fozen gonna opt to stay in lane. Good enough for him. He's got the lifesteal on those Devourer's gauntlets, and that's gonna allow this. That's gonna give him enough to sustain to not have to go back a second time.
Yeah, it has to sustain as much as possible and continue to farm. I mean, he's only a level behind Samshu right now, which isn't too bad, but the gold disparity between the two right now, F. Dot, is reaching 2,000 gold between hunters. That's massive.
Definitely is pretty massive. We're going to see the late bloomers try and play passive and get what farm they can, folks. Down by 10,000 gold. We're in the 5-digit category in both gold and experience. Ultimate comes out from Fozen. Sam Shrew gets a good dash, drops a defensive ult. He's actually going to turns around. This could be bad.
It could be bad indeed, and Fozen's going to get the kill there. Samshrew's not respecting the rotations coming out from late bloomers there overall, and he paid the price with his life once again. And now Fabi could go down again from the whip. The tornado as well, and the Spirit Tempest, oh my! And Fabi is in passive form, but they're not focusing him. They went for the Mercury. Now they'll switch their attention back to Fabi, who yawns them. He's going to live for now, is Fabi, and blink away. It was a great blink from him on the backside. Cyclone Spin eats a bit of damage from that Swagni as To the Skies comes out, trying to secure the kill on Fabi, not going to find it, and the ghosts are here!
Purity, you try to get the stun out, not able to do much, sitting in that shield wall, going to take some damage, but enough to shove Fat Chunks off of the tower. Gonna aggress onto Cyclone Spin, not a great choice. Hurrywin lurking here, Auror still here, hasn't gone anywhere. This is a 3-on-3.
3-on-3, Cyclone Spin still in the mix. He is Chuck after all, very tanky. Tornado goes down, and Jean-Qui gonna disappear to that tornado damage that comes out, and immediately late bloomers retreat to their tier 2 tower. But the Gold Fury's online, and they're going to have to come out to defend this one. Fabi is here, level 10. He's actually still behind Aurora by 4 levels. That's a great tornado by Hurrywin. Just going to delay him from getting there. Blink. Is he going to make it throwback? He's looking for the hog. He's looking for the yawn. He's used the throwback overall. Is he going to be able to find this one? Late Bloomers get the Gold Fury. Fabi! That was pretty good considering.
Yeah, Fozen's trying to get his way out of here. Good juke, gonna send Cyclone Spin in the wrong direction. Auror gets one, Soul Shot against the other. A 5-man stun coming out from ASAP. Just gonna get hit by the tail of the Spirit Tempest. Fantastic play coming out from Fat Chunk, despite the fact that they dropped that Gold Fury due to an amazing highlight play coming out from Fabi, still leading by 10,000 gold, folks. Fat Chunks doing everything they can to win this game, and this is Fire Giant.
Fire Giant being done right now. Only Jean-Qui possibly in the area, not going to be there in time at all. And look at that, late bloomers realize they are far behind right now. Decided to surrender there, because I feel if they did get that Fire Giant after, it was the final nail in the coffin, so to speak. You know, there was no really coming back from that.
Fire Giant was the victory here, folks. As soon as Fat Chunks went ahead and got the Fire Giant, they knew that their lead was solidified, and as did late bloomers. Moving on to game 2, do you expect the same level of dominance coming out from...
I don't know. I think late bloomers will tighten themselves up a little bit more and play a bit more passive, play a bit more safer during the early stages. We saw Artemis get picked off right at the start. She went aggressive thinking it was just going to be a support interface when it was the whole team. And then from there, it kind of caused a few issues. So we already spectated up waiting for the next game to start because we want to go straight back into this one. But after, I did see signs of life. Like, you saw Fabi towards the end there with the Gold Fury steal. You saw the communication's pretty good, but they've just got to work on, like, some basic mechanics of the laning generally is where they seem to struggle right now. What do you feel?
You know, I think the late bloomers give us some highlight plays. They understand what they have to do. They understand how to win. At the moment, I honestly think that Fat Chunk, Cyclone, I think that this team that they're up against is just more powerful than them. They're more experienced, I should say. I think that late bloomers can, if they have enough shining moments, if you make an entire highlight reel in a single game, I could see them taking one game off this opponent. I don't think they can win the 3-game set.
Well, we'll see if they can take a game off. It'll make it exciting for the final game, though, if they do. So we'll see if they can actually take a game off them. But we're currently just waiting for these guys to be ready. And we'll be right back with the second game of this final between Fat Chunks and late bloomers very soon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for our game 2 of our SPL play-in finals. Both of these teams are guaranteed to play in the next play-in competition.
They are. I mean, they're going to be here for the next couple of weeks. Between the lands, they're going to be facing off 2 weeks of round robins. Where out of those 4 teams that have made it, which is Five Angry Men, Fat Chunks Assemble, Late Bloomers, the surprise entry, and Team Torch Gaming, they're going to all face off in round robin style until two become victorious after, and they'll move on to join the rest of the pro teams that have already made it there, who are going to the regional land. So, Late Bloomer's going to be first pick this game and first to ban, and they're going to ban away Osiris immediately. And in response, Fat Chunks Assemble currently ban away Rom.
The Osiris ban has been pretty much a standard ban lately. You see him, he's very prevalent because of recently how prevalent healers have been. His ultimate, of course, negates healing by itself, but besides that, he's also just a prominent warrior that can jungle and really chunk you down. Very, very scary. Loki going to be canceled out due to the fact that he is Loki, but we also did see Superior to You play.
I was going to say,
Athena.
I was actually going to say, I think that Loki ban is a shot at Superior to You and how well he played during the early stages against, I believe it was Team Torch that we saw. He was doing a lot of damage and seemed to play very, very well. But this time, Late Bloomers are going to get first pick and they're going to take away Athena from Fat Chunk Assemble. But we know Aurora, after we saw him play Thor earlier and they won with it, what is he going to bring to the table this time?
Ao Kwang locked in for Fat Chunk. So we talked earlier about Hurrywind playing that Ao Kwang, and we entertained the idea of banning it. It's probably all right. It's a bad ban. You don't want to ban Ao Kwang unless you know for a fact that the opponent is going to play it, and that's the only god they can play. Picking Ao Kwang instead of letting Late Bloomers pick it is a good choice. You don't want to waste a ban on it, but if you can take it away in the first picking stage, it's a great choice. And Bloom are going to have to rethink how they play mid.
Well, they'll have to consider it now because once again, Kwang has been taken. I mean, they can't first pick it over Athena, really, can you? You can't really first pick out Kwang in that situation. But right now, Bloom, looking at their options, and they're hovering over Carly here, and it's not one that we see very much in the jungle, or at least in Conquest gameplay. We know she's strong, she's a hyper carry late after, but she really struggles in the jungle aspect of things in the early stages just because she's not very... What's the word I'm looking for here? Help me out.
She does have a hard time coming online. With the recent change to Bumba's mask, each hit does 10 true damage. Kali has a negative sum attack chain, meaning that she actually attacks more often than some other characters in the same amount of time. Basically, why she is so... why she synergizes so well with Chin's size. The same idea will happen with Bumba's mask. You should see Kali's clear go up. Thus, she's a little more attractive. We don't know if she's exactly top tier, but she's definitely more attractive. And Bloom is going to pick her up third in addition to Ra.
Well, we're going to see bans coming out from both the teams again. Fat Chunks ban away Jean-Qui this time. So shots again at Superior to You, which is, a big shout out to him from that team. From a no-name that nobody really understood. He's drawing bans to him individually. It's a good shout out to him. And Geb in response, banned away by the Late Bloomers. And now we're going to see Sun Wukong locked in alongside, we didn't mention it just yet, but the cheese god herself, Noir, is on the field. And I expect some backdoor antics.
Yes, Noir is on the field. We do have a Noir. With the Loki ban, I like the Loki ban in general. And the fact that Superior to You can play it well is a nice bonus. On Jean-Qui, that's just the Superior to You ban. There's really nothing telling us to ban Jean-Qui. There's really nothing right there to really do anything to entice you to ban Jean-Qui. So what they're doing, they really want to see what else Superior to You can play out.
Well, what is he going to choose now? Because I'm guessing Ra might be mid. He could still go into the solo lane played by Superior, but right now he's switched over to Vamana for their team, and that could be an interesting one to see how that will work out against the Noir. And Apollo locked in as well for Bloom.
I really like Fat Chunk's team at the moment. You have a Noir. I'm thinking Sun Wukong support Thor in the jungle. We're going to see a Ao Kwang.
Who knows?
And I would really like to see this Hades pick.
Who knows? We saw Cupid. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
so who knows?
I would like to see this Hades pick. I do know, interesting tidbit, chat's caught on. Wanted to bring this up earlier. Oh, okay. This last pick, we'll go into the... All right. Got to get ready for this. So Sun Wukong, Soul Shiner plays a fantastic Sun Wukong. Yes, Soul Shiner is the jungler. Soul Shiner plays a fantastic Wukong. Fenrir is what comes to mind when I think Aurora support.
Yep.
He is the one. Fenrir support have been played on a number of people's situations, on a number of people's streams and stuff. Aurora is the guy that really started that. And people get scared of Aurora's support. So it should be interesting if Fenrir winds up in a support role. It's a lot more potent than the Thor support, although the Thor support did very well. Basically, Fat Chunk has an extremely amorphous team, whereas Bloom is a little easier to lock down.
Well, we're now into the delay, guys, and we're waiting for these teams to obviously load into their game. But what we can tell you for certain is that Fenrir is going to be played by the support, so it's going to be support Fenrir in this game. Sam Shrew is playing Noir as the AD carry or Hunter-esque role in this game.
Yep.
And you're going to see Sun Wukong played by Cyclone Spin is going to be in the solo lane with Hurrywind and Soul Shiner in the sort of respective roles we used to seeing them in. So Sun Wukong in the solo lane. It's been a while since we've seen that.
It definitely has been a while since we saw Sun Wukong in the solo lane. Kind of disappointed we're not going to see Soul Shiner really go off on it. But what I am excited for is the Nuwa Hunter. I'm excited for that. It does work. And if they can pull it off, which I think they can, this Nuwa Fenrir lane is very, very scary.
You're smelling a bit cheesy over there. You enjoying it?
We're going to see if Fat Chunk can
wine.
make grilled cheese out of late bloomers, or if late bloomers will come and take game 2 and extend this to a grade 3 event. We'll see if they can stretch it out to 3 games, or if Fat Chunks will just take them down in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned for more Smite action. Fat Chunks versus late bloomers right here on Smite Game.
Late Bloomer is going to be starting off at the bottom side of your map, playing the blue side and your left side of the spectator, like ganking middle lane possibly as Fat Chunk trying to rotate around. But we're going to see Vinaroon on that collie in the jungle. Fozen's going to be playing Apollo as the Hunter, superior to you on Vimana in the solo lane. Fabi's going to be playing Athena as the support role, and ASAP squared as Ra in the mid lane. What's Fat Chunks got for us today, F-Dot?
Fat Chunk's gonna be Fat Chunk's gonna be on the other side, or rather, it's gonna be Aurora support on that Fenrir, what he's made so famous. Sam Shrew playing Hunter on Nuwa, so a very unconventional long duo lane for us today. Hurrywind on that Ao Guang, Soul Shiner playing in the jungle on Thor, and Cyclone Spin on Sun Wukong.
Now Aurora has started off this game with the Smithy's hammer. He's going to get some extra damage from, protection from that, but also going to get some health from it as well. So looks like he's going to be building that to a Runeforge hammer as this game goes on at the start of this one F-Dot, and he's going to be soloing the mid camps alone here. The switch around in terms of who's going to go where and who's going to do what in terms of the support, normally the one to start off at the blue buff.
A lot more damage coming out from the tornado, able to put the blue buff down a little bit more. Aurora goes ahead, hits it once, drops the blue buff for his Hunter, Nuwa.
So everyone goes to lanes right now. You can see right hand side, both the solo lane and junglers still taking away their blue buffs. Got to reach lane about the same sort of time. Thor a little bit earlier to that one. Soul Shiner just going to spin to win them, bring them down a little bit, and try and look for aggression if it's possible.
Interesting note before we get started right here. Thor did start Red Pot and does not have a Hand of the Gods.
See, I said this to Dry Bear the other week. He was like, goodbye, Red Pot. And I'm like, nope, don't believe in it. Some people will go without the hog. And that's what we're seeing here with the Red Pot being started from Thor. But if you're going to do that, F-Dot, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to use that damage to your advantage and make sure it pays off. Otherwise, it's going to be a detriment.
What we've seen, though, so far coming out from Fat Chunk's aggression has definitely been their game plan, winning last game by about 10,000 gold. Aurora already out of lane, trying to make something happen in mid.
Jumping around with the Christmas tree lights on his head at the moment. ASAP could be in trouble, but on the backside of that, Collie is here too. So the aggression has been cancelled off for the most part, but there's a big stun coming out. Tornado's going to connect. It's not going to be enough damage, but the Brutalize will! And Aurora going to pick up first blood for Fat Chunks, and all Fabi can do is watch.
Aurora goes ahead and picks up first blood for us right here in the first minute of our game. This is game 2, folks. If you're just joining us, late bloomers fell to Fat Chunks easily and early in the first game by a lot. And this time they're trying to get the same thing going on, and they're off to a great start to try and do that.
Yeah, stolen away the speed buff from Soulshine and picks that one up, and that's going to deny Carly more farm in the jungle, stop her getting online during the early stages after, which we said was the weakest part of Carly in this game, so going to cause some issues early on, and Fat Chunks Assemble with that 1-0 lead and that ward placement going to give vision of Carly trying to rotate around here, look for an opportunity to try and get herself going in this game. She's got no jungle left, so she has to soak experience somewhere.
Coming off in the duo lane, coming off in the front, not really looking for a gank, as you said, just getting some experience where she can, because Aurora and the rest of Fat Chunks have really done such a good job at eliminating it, going ahead and ducking into the tower and into the jungle and making sure nothing is really available, and still level 4.
Still level 4, but sorry's 4 at the moment. Soulshine did just go back to base and buy, and Hurrywin took the red
solo lane
there. Oh, gonna see a dive coming out there overall. Superior to you could have find the kill. That was aggression from Cyclone Spin and didn't pay off.
It was a good call. He used the ult. The tower went on the ultimate. Superior to you killed both the decoy and the player itself, leaving with just a sliver of a life, able to provide just enough for him to be okay. Right here, Fabi gonna taunt Samshrew into the shield wall. Good damage. Here comes the box. Pillars of Heaven are down, and Samshrew's all by himself doing a lot of damage to members.
Bobby timed that perfectly, though. He made sure he charged out of that when the pillars dropped, so he survived. So that was nice from the late bloomers overall. But Aura's here. Aura's looking for a pickup. Thor's gone to the sky as well. Foxin's in trouble.
Dropping, missing the target. Foxin gonna go down regardless. Everybody from Fat Chunks makes it out alive. Samshrew on the tower itself with those minions doing a lot of damage, and we're not even 4 minutes into this game.
Not even 4 minutes into the game, you can already see 25% of their HP knocked off that tower. Soulshine rotating mid, gonna try and make something happen with ASAP. Can he get a good wall off? That's the question. Spirit Tempest goes off early before the wall, so he's not gonna find it. Hurrywin preemptively expected Soulshine to use the wall there, and didn't pay off. Left side though, good taunt. Aurora's in trouble here. Good confound, leap away. The chase in from Carly, not gonna find anything though. And now Samshew's gonna find a great stun. But Apollo's here.
Apollo gets Aurora right after he jumps into the ultimate to try and make something happen on Kali, but thanks to that helicopter, dropped it right on down. 3 members of late bloomers in this lane, happy to walk away with a kill. 2-2 right now for both teams.
Helicopters seem to be more OP than chariots. That's what I've confirmed right now. Like, the gun drop, obviously using pistols in a game where all the other gods are using bows and arrows. Pretty advantageous, I guess, for the Apollo.
Yeah. I definitely say so. Late Bloomer is going to go ahead and return to passivity along with the rest of the team. Fat Chunks really understand that last match might have been a fluke. Late Bloomer's playing a lot better this time around and able to respond to Fat Chunks' incredible aggression.
Yeah, I mean, I was worried right at the start after. I guess you were too. I mean, we saw First Blood go down very quickly, and we were like, oh no, not again. Late Bloomers, please come back into this one. And they did. They responded well. They brought it back to almost even, still behind in golden experience, and that's just down to the pressure that's been put on the map so far. But a couple of kills for them, show signs of life, and obviously one of the biggest things we'll keep an eye on is this Superior to You, who seems to be like the star of Late Bloomers here in this game.
Yeah. I would definitely say so. Superior to You seems to be the real bread bringer of this team right here. Aurora deep in the enemy jungle, knowing that that speed buff is going to come up sometime soon, chasing Fabi out of the vicinity. They really want to get this speed.
They do. I mean, Carly's actually still doing a red buff right now with the help of Ra. Ra going to take that one, obviously. Speed going to take a little bit longer than they expected to come online. Now it comes up, and I'm surprised Carly hasn't gone straight for it to make sure it doesn't get taken away. Deep wards placed though from Fat Chunk, if you can see, both covering the speed buff area as well, and Aurora going to find out the speed is online and get here before Carly, but Carly now gets here just in time.
Speed going to be secured with the help of Fabi the Athena. No speed buff for Aurora this time around. Just going to go ahead and look at the middle lane as mid camps respawn. Don't forget, folks, you can pick up your limited edition Smite hat at smite.clothing. Definitely something to pick out and celebrate your team. And right now, Late Bloomer is going to look for help on this middle camp. Goes to Late Bloomers with the hog.
Does go down to them overall. It's a nice play from them. Meanwhile, Thor going to the sky. Where's he going to look at dunking down here? He's taken the right-hand side camp, gone straight to the sky. Not going to find anything unless Ra... I don't think Ra saw that, honestly, overall. He could have got caught out. But meanwhile, left, Samshrew going to get taunted. Confound goes off. Not going to get the double damage from it. And so Samshrew just walks away as if nothing happened for the time being. But mid-camps overall, Split evenly. Still a golden experience lead, though, at the moment for Fat Chunk. Not a lot, though.
On the tail of someone is Kali. A-Roar going to miss both bites, trying to get the ultimate onto Kali. Ma forced to retreat right here, jumping his way to safety. That's going to be an ultimate down for A-Roar, and that's a huge part of what makes him able to be played in this support role.
Oh, Soulshine does find a kill for himself, though, over on this left-hand side, and now you're going to see Fozzin jump down too. The chopper did not come to the rescue there overall, and he's going to drop as well, and Samshrew was the one being aggressed on, but Soulshine with the rotation made them both pay for their over-aggression there, F-Dot.
Definitely over-aggression, and speaking of which, they're going to try and make a play in this solo lane. Superior to you and Cyclone Spin are busy boxing each other, but here comes A-Roll. Remember, no ultimate to himself. Superior to you up in that ultimate already.
Athena coming.
ASAP 2 with the Athena ult. Just enough to force them off of the fight. Great defensive gank coming out. Hurrywin caught out by himself, taught, but stuck in the tornado. It's Fabi.
Yeah, Fabi gonna eat a bit of a tornado there. Okay for the time being. Big rotations from both teams, but nothing really coming of it. Meanwhile, left-hand side, Samshrew still in this lane, pushing it down once again, keeping the pressure on this tower. And sooner rather than later, this tower's going to go down, F-Dot, because it's below 50% already. Mid lane, though, possible engage.
Looking for something is Fat Chunks. A-Roar's ultimate should be coming up rather soon.
Kali,
still down since that miss on Kali, and Kali's making something happen in the long lane.
Yeah, Pillars of Heaven going to come down, jump over them to get out the damage of that. Is Vine Rune. He's going to pop his ultimate here, get stunned out, and the dunk down from Thor with a follow-up. And Vine Rune's going to go down. Samshrew still surviving. He's actually tanking the buff, though, and it gets gunned down from above by Fozzie. The Spirit Tempest not going to connect, but a doggy brings the biscuit to the tornado, and the biscuit was indeed chicken flavored tonight, as we see Raw drop down as well. Fat Chunks come out on top with a couple of quick kills.
It's going to be 2 kills on the wayside of Late Bloomers. Fat Chunks only lose 1. They're continuing, though. Fat Chunks, A-Roar specifically jumps onto Fozen. 1, 2, 3. The 4th hit is going to be negated by a great taunt coming out from Fabi. A-Roar's going to take some tower hits and walk away with the tail between his legs.
Still alive for now, 9 minutes in this game. Gold Fury still stands. Soulshiner getting some free farm in the middle lane, though. Going to push that into tower. Hopefully, Kali can defend. Mid camp's due up soon, though. So maybe we'll see some more aggression coming out. But for now, Soulshiner has to retreat to his jungle because he's very low in terms of HP.
Another boxing match going on between Sun Wukong and Famana right here. Superior to you and Cyclone Spin looking very, very even. 52 to 55. Superior to you, leading by about 300 gold, but they're about the same with respect to experience, folks. This is a great solo lane matchup between these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, right now, this game is going in favor of Fat Chunks at the moment. However, Late Bloomers playing a lot better than they did last game, F-Dot overall. I feel they've got a composition they're more comfortable with overall. They've gone for safer picks in the lanes, although Kali, probably the exception to the rule, was something we don't see that often. But mid-camp's being contested on the right-hand side here. Soulshiner has no mana, and Late Bloomers should be aware of that. As the tornado gets dropped, it's going to go over, though, to Late Bloomers, and left camp's still online, but tower goes down on left, and there's not a whole lot Bloomers can do against that Nuwa Fenrir lane of pushing that down.
Yeah, I mean, you can just stop at the Nuwa. Tower's going to go down to the hands of Nuwa, of course. Nuwa able to provide so much push. We keep calling her the cheese god, but at the end of the day, that is the spirit of the character. Kill objectives with the help of some friends. She drops the minions, stuns the tower, brings it down. 10-minute mark going to be the first tower. Now we see a 3-man hiding in the secret mist. They didn't realize there was that many people, and this is a tower dive.
Yeah, Pillar's going to hit onto Raw, and there's the Spirit Tempest that's going to secure it. So Raw finds one. The doggy brings the biscuit to the tornado once more, and it goes down as Soulshiner dunks down from above to secure a second kill. That's going to be a Gold Fury for Fat Chunks, and now they're starting to snowball.
4 members of Fat Chunks walking over here to this Gold Fury. Late Bloomers understand that that's what they're doing. Not much they could really respond with. It's a Kaliman and Apollo right here, neither of which do have the Hog 3. Fabi Hog 3 just got here, but that is an Athena, folks. Fat Chunks already taken down. Here comes Athena.
Wall. Good wall, and now Varinho is going to be caught out on that Kali. Have to use the ultimate defensively. Can she get away? Well, she's going to land a stun, try and trade damage back, but the brutalize from a Raw. Too much good taunt, but he's got no members of a team there. It's Fabi, and he's going to drop down too.
This is looking like a rather good game for late bloomers, able to keep up, but Fat Chunks in the past 2 minutes have just absolutely gone nuts. Getting a couple of kills, getting a Gold Fury, followed up by 2 more kills on the very person that was just dead. Faven trying to make something happen, comes down with the Apollo with the Gratata, not able to make a kill happen, but got a good knock-up and played defense for this middle tower.
I've been working all day for good puns and jokes, and you come out with gratata. I'm done. I can't compete with the likes of that. Too strong, F-Dot. Too strong. So 12 minutes in this game now, though. 10-3. Fat Chunks in control once again. Little bit of a delayed start for them overall, honestly, because late bloomers came out strong, but Fat Chunks starting to, continue putting the pressure on over and over again. But late bloomers still have a chance, still 12 minutes in.
Both teams returning to passivity, looking at their lanes. Not much coming out. Both teams waiting for an opportunity. You can't create, you can't force things. The lead at the moment, 13 minutes in, just under 4,000 gold for Fat Chunks. The experience on the wayside of about 6,800. So not really a comfortable lead to go ahead and start diving tier 2s and Phoenixes, but just enough to deter late bloomers from starting a bad fight. A-Roar understanding that. On the wrong side of 2 members of late bloomers, jumps out, and now there's 3 members of Fat Chunks in the middle lane.
Well, Samshu still looking to split push to victory as often as possible, keeping the pressure in this left-hand lane, keeping Apollo pinned down for the most part. And Aurora roaming around looking for an opportunity to Ragnarok. There's a stun, and Doggy tries to bring it, but not this time round. And there's a good jump out and beads as well from Carly. She's going to eat a tornado, so he's going to force a disengage from her. But meanwhile, Samshu still trying to split push as the rest of the team rotating around, looking for another opportunity.
Yeah, you should see this the entirety of the game. New Samshu just here pushing this tower the entire time. Every time Fozen leaves to rain hell down with that ultimate, she should be able to pick up a tower. Right here in the middle lane, though, a lot of damage coming out. Superior to you, forced back in that sleeping giant. Soulshine to get ahead and pick up Fabi for the 4th time this game. Soulshiner the beast, 7-0-2 is his slash line.
7-0-2. He's been dunking the funk all day long, and they're going to assault this tier 2 tower. Look to backdoor with the help of Clay minions on their side, and Aurora goes in very, very deep. Sorry, that was Hurrywin going in very, very deep just to try and zone them out from getting involved. So first tier 2 tower drops on the side for Fat Chunk now, and that gold lead going to stretch a little bit further. Hurrywin could get caught out by Superior to You, but drops the tornado, and Superior to You is very brave against this team.
Gotta be brave if you want to try and win. The late bloomers are progressing up. Great taunt hits him with the shield wall. Double hit onto that Sun Wukong. They're just looking at the middle camps, not paying late bloomers any mind. Hurrywin picks up the Vamana in the wayside. And this is going to be a Thor ult onto Fabi's dead.
Fabi trying to get away, not going to find an escape route. Meanwhile, Raw does from Fenrir for now, but look at this call from Fat Chunks. They've gone straight over to the Fire Giant. They're going to use Cyclone Spin's decoy to tank up the most part of this. This is a good call. They don't even need Noir here.
This is how they won the last match, Hindu Man. They went ahead and they grabbed the Fire Giant at a very early time, solidifying their lead, putting late bloomers in a very precarious situation. Not exactly a lead you want to think about coming back from. 10 kills lead the way with the Fire Giant that catapults them to 7,100 gold in the lead. 11,000 experience for Fat Chunks. With Fire Giant online, Hindu Man, this should be at least a tower, a fight, and a Phoenix.
Well, with only 3 towers remaining on the map, F-Dot, we're going to see what they can do, because obviously the Phoenixes are going to be the last bastions of hope for late bloomers in this game right now. If you look at the experience, you've already said, experience over 12,000 now, and you can see the level disparities between the two. Look at Fenrir. Fenrir level 14, Athena level 10. And it's the same sort of disparity we saw between the two supports again. Aurora's just been able to rotate a lot more and get this experience that he's really needed.
Late bloomers going to try and get these left-hand mid camps. Fat Chunks going to go ahead and let them. Nuwa making her way towards the Vamana, looking like she finally wants to fight. She should be looking for towers, as that's where her skill set lends itself. Kali finding that out. Everybody from late bloomers just running away from Fat Chunks, and Fat Chunks with Fire Giant, no real plan to do anything with it.
New War looking for a backdoor opportunity. Samshu going to go through the minions, but Superior to Win's going to be there. Pops the sprint, looks for the aggression, and Athena going to dunk down as Gold Fury goes over to Fat Chunks in the meanwhile. Can they chase onto Samshu here? It's all about the taunt. Is it going to land? Good taunt, but Pillars of Heaven comes out. If she walks through it, they're going to take a lot of damage. That was a good stun. Superior to you, dropping very, very low. He's trying to trade back. The Clay minion's going to block the escape from being chased onto. Samshu survives. Meanwhile, what do the rest of the Chunks do? They take down towers.
They're pushing on. They're looking towards his Phoenix. Athena has backed. Vamana's going to try and push the tower. In the meantime, Vamana, Nuwa, both split pushing. Nuwa coming down on her own, heading towards a separate Phoenix and the rest of her team. There's a great ultimate out from Hurrywind. Soulshiner takes care of the Kalima in the end. Ra's gonna miss. Fazin gonna go down to the hands of Cyclone Spin, and ASAP Squared waiting in his heel. Gonna try and make it out. Does, but not before the Phoenix is aggressed on. Meanwhile, Nuwa takes out the middle one.
New War's got it within a HP of dying, so it's going to drop down. Left-hand side's going to go 2. That means there's only one lane remaining that needs to be taken care of. A Cyclone Spin looking for Ra, not going to find it. Do a ring around the Ra, so to speak, there. And now they're all going to retreat by some items. Meanwhile, though, Vermont has been left alone in this right-hand lane for a long time. He's done work to the Phoenix, but now he's going to back off. He's not going to find anything else of this. And now you're going to see Samshrew on that New War drop the Clay minions with the help of Hurrywind take down this tier 1.
Vamana being chased by Soulshiner, gonna pay for his transgressions, not able to really get that Phoenix. Now he's being aggressed on by 2 members of Fat Chunks. Here comes a third. Here comes a 4th.
Jukes!
Superior to you, surrounded by the entire team. Able to survive for a little while, but not long enough. Meanwhile, Aurora goes ahead and picks up his 5th kill of the match. Late Bloomers only have 3 kills, Hinderman. Fat Chunks have 17, and they have an 18th kill with the Titan as it goes down after a F6. Surrender is the win condition that Fat Chunks takes home. That's going to be the second game, the second victory. The overall victors of your first week play-in is Fat Chunks Assemble.
Now, what does this mean, guys? Well, they're going to receive a prize for obviously winning some cash for themselves, but it also means Fat Chunks Assemble, Late Bloomers, 5 Angry Men, and Torch are going to go through to the playoffs, to the rest of the play-in here to try and qualify for the last 2 pro spots. I believe it's going to be round robin after that they're going to do for the next 2 weeks, and whoever comes out on top of that, the top 2 teams, will advance to the Pro League. Your opinion, who do you reckon it's going to be looking at what we saw today? I mean,
it's not a cop-out this time. Because of what we saw today, I have no opinion. I think everybody has an even chance to win. We have some surprise players that I think that Late Bloomers are going to go home and really reflect on what happened in the finals. And I think the rest of the teams are going to go home and refine what they've done well. I think we have an exciting matchup for you guys. And I just can't wait for next week to happen so we can actually get into the round robin.
I mean, we'll see as that one goes on. It won't be next week, though, I believe, because it's going to be regional EU LAN, where we're going to see the EU teams in Cologne facing off. But then after that, it will be the weekend. I can't wait to see that. It's going to be fantastic. Cloud9, TSM. Tomorrow, though, guys, you'll be back here once again with myself and this absolutely amazing individual over here. Did you see his puns today? They kept up with me. It was amazing. Gratata. See, I can't really do it very well because I'm British, so. Gratata. Gratata. Those are the same, but we'll both be back tomorrow for you guys with the EU side of things, where we've got some amazing teams there as well. After, I mean, i5, we've got Bloody Tech, we've got Agilitas, to name but 3 that are going to be competing to try and be one of these 4 teams that gets into this opportunity for the play-in for EU, and that's coming up all tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be here. Even if I wasn't calling the action with you, Hinduman, I would definitely be showing up. This will be one of the more exciting matchups for you guys to check out tomorrow. Of course, that's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And make sure to tune in. Don't forget to pick up your Curse Voice client. You can go home and download it. You'll get 200 free gems just for using it, as well as a couple of victories. Also, Smite.clothing. Pick up your limited edition hat, as well as much other Smite stuff.
He's on commission. I'm sorry, I can't stop him. He's on commission. He's doing a good job. So make sure you type in f.swag on the way out, and everybody will know who sent you there, because it was definitely f. Although, if just a note about Curse Voice, you will win a lot more games. However, if f.'s there,
All right, for myself, my troll co-caster, Hindu Man, Brad, Becky's, Josh, everybody else here at production, hi-rez Studios, and Smite Game Proper, we wish you well. Stay tuned for an exciting replay cap, and remember, tune in tomorrow for more Smite action.